Thanks for stopping by, everybody. Level M Diecast. We have some Autoworld today. Not the full mix for 2024. That's why we're going to have a showcase today. We just have select models. We don't collect everything from Autoworld, but we do collect a decent amount. We have a couple of brand new castings in here, but we'll get through the existing castings that are in this mix. This is the first mix for 2024. This is the A version here on the left. It'll be the B version on the right. First one we're going to take a look at right here, 2023 Dodge Challenger Hellcat Red Eye. This is the Black Ghost edition. Of course, this is from the Black Ghost from the Detroit area. Gives you a little bit of a quick rundown right there should you want to read it. Basically, it's a legendary street racer that would just show up and then take off. Does have the matching skin, snake skin there on the roof, which is accurate to the supposed ghost itself from back in the day. This is the entire mix right there on the back. So in case you are curious what the other ones are, the Firebird, the Mustang GT, and the F-150 Lariat are not ones that we do here. So those are the ones we did not mix. However, I did pick up a red edition, or a ultra red, I should say, of the F-150 Lariat. So that's just for background. We're not going to crack that. I just got it because you can't leave it at the pig. So let's go ahead and crack this one open. Of course, Premium Series Release 1 Version A for the Challenger. This one does come with brand new wheels. Never before seen on the Challenger, so brand new tooling for that, which is super cool. There is that wheel, looks pretty good. I think the details look pretty good. It says Challenger there on the side, which is pretty nice. Details on this one are pretty good. There is your snake, kind of tread snake pattern. Looks pretty good. See a little bit of residue on here. That's a pretty typical of premium stuff. This one does have a plate on the back. Looks pretty good. Does say Black Ghost Challenger on the back. Dodge as well. Looks pretty good. There is the deets in the front. Looks all right. I mean, it's pretty much just that snake thing, and the new wheels is kind of all you get. Let's see if I can get the hood open. All right. Well, unfortunately, like most of the moving parts items I seem to have on the channel, I always get the ones that don't want to open very much. That is, as far as the hood will open. It's a little bit frustrating. Normally they open a little bit bigger than that, but there is quite a bit of detail in there. A lot of three-dimensional with some printing and stuff in there, which looks pretty good. Of course, Autoworld hoods are very, very flush fit on there. Taking a look at the base deets, I always like to take a look at the production date. This one was made January 17th of this year. So nice to see Autoworld finally getting into 2024 proper, which is a little bit of a struggle for them, I feel like. All right, the B version seems to be the most popular for sure. This is a 14-color custom wrap. You actually could order this from Dodge if you wanted it like that with all 14 colors on it. But that is all 14 colors available on the Challenger, which is very interesting. There's a little bit of stuff right there. So it was offered to any 2023 Challenger. I don't know why you'd want to order it like that, but it's interesting. It's definitely super cool as a diecast though. So I'll crack this guy open, get him popped out of there, get the packaging out of here. So the model is painted white. So this rear section here is the base color of the model. It does say wrapped on the plate, which is kind of cool. This does just say Dodge on it. It doesn't say anything on the spoiler. It's okay. It does have your typical, Scat Pack wide body wheels on there. They're not that wide though, but they look okay. And then all of these colors are added on from the white. So your black and your grays, or your reds, your oranges, your greens, your blues, all the way up to plum crazy there right in the front. Good old purple. You can see the whites in the wheel well. So the base color being white. I think that's perfectly fine. I think it looks good. I think it helps with the opacity issues with the colors and helps them kind of pop out a little bit better. A little bit bummed out this darker gray here, which I think this one's Destroyer Gray. So this would be like, I don't know what that color is called exactly, but it doesn't carry on to the trunk lid. So it's actually quite noticeable. I mean, I noticed that right out of the package. So it's a little bit of a bummer out, but that's okay. Let's see if I can get this hood open. Ooh, there we go. This one actually popped open a bit. Let's see if I can get it to open. Oh, you hear it cracking. This one opened a little bit more. You see the white base color underneath there. A little bit better to see some details underneath the hood. That big, huge supercharger looks pretty good. But, yeah, these hoods just don't open. You see this one has a little bit of a paint issue on this side where the green color kind of bled over. So I'll probably never open this hood ever again on that model. But at least we got to see it one time. So we'll throw that guy there. All right, brand spanking new casting. Brand spanking new casting. This is the, not OBS. I think you would consider that OBS. Not a Chevy guy, but it's the generation after that. 2003 Chevy Silverado. This is the one with that updated front end with the slanted headlights. Not very many people make this particular model in diecast. Autoworld will be doing several body configurations too. It just won't be the short bed with the regular cab. They have an extended bed, an extended cab one as well. But this is the version A. This one in Victory Red. True 1/64 scale. I do anticipate this guy will have 2 moving features. All of the trucks have had 2 moving features thus far. So there is our Silverado. Looks pretty good. Does have Cooper Discover ATS tires on there, or ATR maybe tires on there. This one in red looks good. The painted in bed liner looks fantastic. Prints look good. Separate steering wheel in there. That looks fantastic as well. Got your 4x4 symbol there on the bed. The tires and details and stuff look really, really good. Prints on the tailgate look good. Has a Texas plate on there. Says Chevrolet. Does have a functioning tailgate. Oh man, it's just so stiff. It's about as far as it wants to go. But the tailgate does open. Maybe just work it a little bit over time maybe. It is super stiff. I mean, super, super stiff. That is not embossed. That is printed on there. The Chevrolet, which I think is perfectly fine. Back of the mirrors are done in silver. This one looks really good. This one actually looks very premium. This actually looks a little bit better premium than Autoworlds normally are. I'm actually really impressed. Really, really impressed. It does have an opening hood. This one's a little bit easier to get to because there's actually a lip to open up. That one actually opens up relatively well. There is a teeny bit of print in there. See a little bit of print right there on this right side with some red. I'm not sure if that's supposed to be printed, but it is. But there is some good depth in there. I'm sure it's that 5.3 Vortex, so nothing fancy there, but it looks good. I think that is a good base for some collectors who want to customize this truck, which I'm sure will be super popular. This one was made same week along with the Challengers, so just keeping it rolling. That looks pretty good. Does have some additional pieces on the back here. I'm assuming for maybe a different bumper or something like that. We will see as these releases go through, but I am very impressed. I am very, very impressed with that particular truck. It's really, really good. And you see it's actually very well proportionate with the Challengers, at least in my opinion, I think it is. All right, version B, this one is in woodland green. This one also has the same tan interior. Maybe this one will have a little bit better functioning tailgate. I don't know. We gonna find out. Does have the same wheels, but there's no print on the tires. So a little bit of a different look to it. I think that's okay. The wheels actually finished differently too. It's like a gray finish on this one versus that kind of like silver-ish print on the other one. They're pretty close, but the green one's a little bit more on the gray side. Very interesting. Details look the same though. It's all printed up exactly the same. Still 4x4. And although it doesn't look like it has a front axle in there, but it is well, it's not a 4x4 because there's no transfer case in here. So shame on you, Autoworld. Shame on you. There is no transfer case in there. That's ridiculous. But I did notice the spare tire is a Steely, and not just any Steely. It's a Chevy Steely. Those Steelies they had with the holes in them. That's actually pretty cool. That's actually pretty cool. So that helps a little bit the fact that you guys screwed up the fact that it's not a four-wheel drive. But that's okay. I'll live with it. Again, no transfer case on that. But of course, it's 4x4 somehow. As far as the tailgate goes, let's see if this one will work. See, that's as far down as that one wants to go too. And you definitely don't want to push it, because the only thing that makes this a hinge is there's two little tiny bits of metal on each side of here, and they're very thin. So if you force this down, the tailgate will 100% break off. They are not meant to be messed around with too much. Same prints on the front of this one, looks good. Bumper details look good. Does have some tow hooks in there as well. I think the prints for the headlights looks pretty good. So get this hood open. The hood opens very, very well on these trucks. And that's the extent of it, but that's about average. It's about normal. This one does not have any print underneath the hood, so I don't think there was supposed to be any red in there. But same details underneath there, just that nice Vortec V8. It's good though. This is really good. I mean, this truck is by far more premium than I would imagine it to be. It's actually a very, very, very good looking model. Like, if you wanted to compare this, it would be like a limited vintage almost. I mean, they're that good. They really are that good. All right, moving on to our last model we're going to take a look at. This is also a brand spanking new casting. This is the 100% true first generation Eclipse GSX. Nobody else has done this casting. As far as like Hot Wheels, Matchbox, nobody like that. This one also sports brand spanking new wheels, brand new tooling. So this one looks super good. It's in LaSalle Silver. The true first generation, not the first gen and a half. Your first gen and a half will have your standard headlights when the pop-up headlights were outlawed by the U.S. government. So this is the true first edition, or I'm sorry, first generation 1990 Eclipse GSX. Really excited about this one, obviously. I think this is super cool. Super cool. We're going to crack this guy out here. Take a look at him. Those new wheels look fantastic. Those are rubber tires, so those are not plastic or nothing. So nice rubber tires on there. The color looks fantastic. A little bit of windshield wiper detail on the back. Really good details on this one. A little bit of Mitsubishi symbol in there. Got your fog lights painted up. That looks fantastic. This is such a good model. Interior looks fantastic. There is your plate details. It says Mitsubishi on there. Eclipse GSX. Eclipse on the plate. Take a look underneath here. Look at that. This one does have all the deets in there to be the true all-wheel drive. Look at that. Very interesting. They can get this one right, but they can't get the Chevy truck right. This tire's a little bit off. Fix that tire. Here we go. It's a little bit stretched out. We'll get it fixed later. Looks pretty good. Obviously, Autoworld, we do have an opening hood. Let's see if I can get this one popped. There we go. There is your 4G63 Turbo. That looks pretty good. Your Doc 4G63, that looks pretty good. I think this one is going to be very popular with customizers as well. Even if you want to take those engine bits out and put it in something else, that looks fantastic. Too bad there's no like pop-up headlights or anything, but that would be asking just too much. And then of course there's your hump in there for the cam cover. That is legitimate, for the cam cover. That's a lot of people thought that was in there because it was a styling thing, but no, that's actually a necessity for the cams, which I think is hilarious. All right, second version here. This one in black, specifically Calipana black. Calipana. This one looks pretty good. There is a little bit of details right there. A good old whopping 190 horsepower to all wheels. Looks pretty good. Version B. Crack this guy out. Get the card out the way. This one will go relatively well right next to the Starion that they do, by the way. Same exact wheels, nothing different with that. I think the wheels are really nice. They might be a little bit big/beefy for this particular model, but they still look good. There is the prints in the back. The clips and all that stuff is very blended in with the black. Still says Eclipse on the plates. Same color interior with that kind of like metallic gray color, but it is solid black, because they had black roofs. So that looks pretty good. And then the prints on the front, same as the other one. And then the engine details will more than likely be the exact same. If I can get this one open. It's almost like spring-loaded. There we go. That one opens up nice and big and wide. There are no prints on the engine, but look at that. You can even see where the oil filter cap is. And then, of course, there is that cam cover right there I was talking about for the purpose of the hood bulge. You can see there is no bulge underneath the hood, though, so it's not entirely accurate in the 1-to-1 model, but this 1/64 scale model is close enough. It's close enough. It definitely doesn't stick anywhere up where it should. That one looks pretty good. Same manufacturing date of 1/17. So there you go. That is the latest showcase from the latest Autoworld release. Those two new castings with this Chevy truck. This thing is absolutely fantastic. I can't tell you guys how good this is. I mean, don't get me wrong. I'm a Dodge guy. I love the Challenger that they did. I love the Charger they did. But this is probably the best new casting they've done in a really long time, and it's very, very good. It's definitely better than the Eclipse for sure, and you can see how the scale compares to the rest of these. It looks pretty good. So anyways, we're going to roll out. Appreciate you guys. Thank you very much. Catch you next time here on Level M. Peace!